Welcome to the Special Effects Show at Universal Studios Hollywood! Hey, I am Susan. Today we've got a behind-the-scenes look at how we make movie magic. As you probably know, the word movie is a nickname for moving pictures. And in the early days of filmmaking, it must have truly seemed like magic. In the late 1800s, the Pettibone Brothers Manufacturing Company produced magic lanterns, like this one, which were widely used by traveling showmen, projecting images onto white backdrops. Imagine for a moment what that must have been like. You're sitting in a dark tent. Suddenly the white backdrop is revealed and a single image appears. Then, when seen in the right order, in the right light, and at the right speed, those images seem to come to life to create a magical new world. For over 100 years. In that time, we've turned out some of the most memorable film moments in Hollywood history.
Hold on to your butts.
And now, please welcome my co-host, Ryan.
Hi. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Susan.
Ryan, nice outfit.
Aw, thank you. You too. Thank you, costuming. From the very beginning, the basic concept of the filmmaking process has remained the same, to make the audience believe that everything you see is real.
Today's filmmakers have more tools than ever before. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive they're known as special.
And the earliest form of special effects are called practical effects. Those are done on set right in front of the camera. Our first example of practical effects, models. Universal's 1932 film The Mummy made use of miniature effects, including scale models like this one from its opening. We can tell that's a model because if you look at the real pyramids, they don't say the mummy on the side. See? Universal relaunched The Mummy in 1999, and the Sphinx from the opening shot of that movie is this model right here. This is the actual model used during that filming, and the attention to detail is unbelievable, not just with the Sphinx itself, but all this scaffolding, these hieroglyphics. Susan would agree that models are still a great way to fool the camera, right?
Oh, absolutely. Another filmmaking tool that also fools the camera is the glass mat. In the terrifying film The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to achieve the eerie look he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look at the side screens. In this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the fire and the parking lot were real. Everything else was hand-painted on glass to create a matte and then dropped in front of the camera. And then the footage of the birds was incorporated to complete the effect.
So we've shown you two forms of practical effects so far. First models and now the glass mat.
Oh, there's also a category, practical effects, that involves performers and not just props, practical stunts!
Did somebody say stunts?
Yup.
Please welcome our special effects show stunt department!
Yeah! What? That was awesome! I mean, you got David flying down on this side, upside down. You got Julia zipping in over here. How come you and I don't get an awesome entrance like this team?
Because we're wearing nice clothes. You may not know their faces, but you have seen their work in countless television and movie projects, sometimes as stunt doubles for some of your favorite stars. We have Julia Elizabeth here, we have Jay Huerto, and our stunt coordinator David Hernandez. Now, David, is it safe to say that stunt performers almost always double for actors when there's a fight scene?
Yeah, that's right, Susan. Turns out actors don't like getting hit in the face, so...
Hit in the face?
Yeah, like this.
Is he okay?
I don't know, are you okay?
Okay.
Okay, you can get set up. Now in staging a fight, the art of illusion is very important. All the moves have to be realistic enough to fool the camera, but without getting anybody injured. So the performers have to make it look believable. Now let me set our scene. Exterior, dark alley, dead of night. A couple of nefarious characters are about to mess with the wrong woman. Ready and action!
Where are you going so fast?
Needless to say, this is the type of thing any of our friends out there should try at home, right?
That is correct, Susan.
Ooh, great job. Don't worry, they'll be back. Did you notice the sound effects in that last scene? Yes, the dynamic punches and dumpster hits. Ryan, what do we call those added sounds?
We call that Foley. Now you might know the term Foley, which is the process of adding sound effects to movies after they're done filming. But do you know its origins? Jack Foley wore many hats, a silent movie director, writer of westerns, even a stunt double. But when he started doing sound effects for Universal back in the 20s, that's when he really made a name for himself. For over 30 years, Foley worked in Soundstage 10, right here on the Universal lot. And if he couldn't recreate a sound effect in the soundstage, he just got it live. Inventing a technique called direct-to-picture, Foley and his small crew would record all of the sound effects for a finished movie in one take. The synchronization with the movements of that film had to be perfect because one mistake, and they started over from the beginning. Here to help show us the art of Foley, give it up for our first volunteer!
The Webster family from Vegas!
Yeah, Websters, welcome all the way from Vegas. Your city owes me a lot of money, we'll talk later. Thanks for helping us out today. They're gonna help demonstrate how the simple items on this table can be repurposed to sound like something completely different than what you might think. For example, in Foley, a water bottle could be used to articulate the sounds of breaking bones. Something like this, check it out. You kids can try that at home, parents love it. All right, let's see what they have to Foley. It's from the movie Identity Thief, starring Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. Now, while you watch this split screen, keep one eye on the scene itself, but make sure you look right next to it at the Universal Foley artists hard at work. Check it out.
Now, I have a plan.
See? Just like that. Piece of cake, right, Donald? Yeah, you got this. Well, quick recap of the sound effects so everybody's caught up to speed. Donald has this one at the end, the crash box, filled with loud items when Dad spins says it's going to simulate the crash sounds under the bookshelf and over the chair. Zella has some shoes glued to sticks for the running in the scene there. Zinnia rolled up paper wrapped tightly in tape and a cutting board for the body falls onto the ground. Zimri has boxing gloves on sticks for the throat punch and the face smacks there. And last but not least, Taryn, the cowbell and the mallet for that panini hit to the back as she runs away. And this is where it gets a little crazy. Really use your imaginations because these handcuffs are going to make the sound of handcuffs. Get ready. Speaking of ready, you look ready, Webster family. You want to give it a shot? I love it. You're ready. I know my booth is ready, so let's do it. Roll sound. Sound speeding and action. Cut! Nicely done, Webster! Way to go! Right this way, follow us. Not bad, right? But now comes our favorite part. We're gonna take the actual dialogue and music from the scene and now lay over their Foley track we just recorded live. And I'll see if I need to grab you all some applications. So let's line up right here. Perfect. Turn around. Everybody check out these side screens and let's take a listen. Brought to you by the Webster family.
Get over here and give me your ribs. Okay? Now I have a plan.
Yeah, you like that? You like that? Sandy, Sandy.
Ow! Brennan, it was beautiful. Take a bow, Websters. Nice. Right this way.
Thank you so much. Well done. While Universal has made great films in every genre, the studio really made a mark over the years creating some of the industry's most terrifying thriller and horror films. Let's take a peek. Through the use of very special horror effects. Emerging from the shadows just behind me are the stars of our horror family. Some of the classic Universal monsters. We have the cats of Dracula, Chucky and his bride, Michael Myers, Imhotep from The Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, and Mother Bates. The perfect setting for our next demonstration.
All the way from Los Angeles. Please give a warm welcome to Christina. Say hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina. Christina was picked for her very impressive scream.
Haven't heard it.
So Christina, let's say that you were face to face with Norman Bates. Let's all hear how you would scream!
Yeah! What? Christina, have you been murdered before? That was really good. No. Wow. Fool me.
Well, as you saw in that fight earlier, stunt performers have to have a very high pain threshold. So my question is, do you?
Well, Christina, do you?
Because this next demonstration involves movie blood, does anyone know what Alfred Hitchcock used for movie blood in the original Psycho? Shout out!
Chocolate syrup!
I heard it right away, chocolate syrup!
Oh, nicely done. See, Psycho was a black and white movie, so they could use chocolate syrup back then. But nowadays, movie blood does need to be much more realistic.
Thank you for giving us a hand.
Literally! Now remember, kids, do not try this at home, okay?
Try it at a friend's house.
Exactly.
All right, push your right hand out of the table, palm up so you can right to your vein. Hold it still. Ready?
Wait! Let's not use that dull machete, right?
Right, Christina,
So rude.
I'm totally kidding, okay? I am not going to use a machete.
No.
I have a sharper knife.
Perfect.
Take a look at the side screens and scream on 3, Christina. 1, 2, 3! She's okay. This is a classic cinematic horror technique. It's a Hollywood blood knife. Take a look. Oh, I'll tell you. It's a false blade with a cutout for her arm that comes out of the handle like that. Meanwhile, though, I'm squeezing movie blood from this bulb back here so that it comes out of a tube right where the notch is. So it looks like it's bleeding right from her arm. Give it up for Christina.
Yeah, you killed it, huh? Way to go! were great. I got blood on my nice pants. I gotta change.
Okay. Well, Christina, you can come with me right over here, this way. Yeah, we promised you a photo, right, as our thank you. So if you want to set up your camera, I will take your picture on the stage. It's the least we can do after putting you through all that. Perfect. Let me pose you right over here with our classic Universal Monsters. Your spotlight is right down here. You can stand in. And on 3, let's hear that incredible scream. One more time, Christina. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Christina is out of there. Are you okay? She's all right. Michael, go home, Michael Myers. Christina, that was amazing. I wish we could see it again, and I think we can. Take a look. Look at the eyes. She's giving Michael Myers a how dare you. Give it up for Christina one more time, everybody. Michael, you stay there. Well, so far we have shown you practical effects. Now we're going to switch to visual effects, which are done in a computer, specifically motion capture. So to help me demonstrate motion capture, or mocap, welcome back my co-host, Ryan!
Yeah, this is happening. I'm sorry. Here we are.
Oh, great. Ryan, you're looking good.
Thank you so much, Susan. We should hurry up. Okay, great.
Okay, great. Well, let's activate our perimeter sensors, please. So the dots that you see on his suit, they reflect light to our sensors, which then goes into our computer.
Sorry, bro. Okay, cool. All right, man.
And captures their locations. Let's just see the capture on our screens down here. Now the computer connects the dots on his suit and creates the digital skeleton that you see. Right, you can do a T-pose. That's perfect. So we always start with this T-pose to mark the beginning of each take. That way it's easier for us to... Ryan!
Sorry. This suit is tight.
We can tell.
Okay, cool!
Take your left hand, touch your nose.
Okay, that's this one.
Now your right hand.
That's this one.
Yeah, let's do both arms again.
Tricky.
We start with simple movements so we can calibrate our system. And you can relax your arms.
Please.
Next, we do full body movements.
Okay.
And then please jog in place.
You got it.
Okay, digital animators start with this skeleton. Then they can change the aspect ratio, add a wireframe. Finally, they can add skins. Using this technology, we can turn Ryan and his movements into anything that we want. Ryan, we've turned you into a cuddly, friendly teddy bear.
Oh, sweet. Hey, what's up? I'm a bear.
Nice. Well, you're not just any teddy bear. You're the star of Universal's Ted.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, let's do some moves.
Yeah, I got some okay dance
Let's
moves.
see some actual moves.
Okay, yeah, I'll try these. How about a little bit of this? Yeah, tell you what, here's a little something for the ladies!
Ow! Ryan, you can handle the inner Ted.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, Ted, what do you think of the show so far?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind-the-scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddies, Ted?
Thunder Buddies for life.
Aww, let's hear for Ted and Ryan.
Alright, man. I'm gonna go get ready for that finale. I gotta psych myself up for this. It's gonna be a minute, Susan.
Okay. Oh boy. Fun fact, Seth MacFarlane had a modified mocap suit made by Phil Tippett Studios so that he could act and direct at the same time. Let's take a look at the genius behind Ted.
We were able to do Ted in a completely lifelike way and to use technology in a way that it really hasn't been used to date. What that technology does so well is it takes fantastical characters and makes them as realistic in movement as possible.
As far as technology has come with CGI and visual effects, some things just look better when they're real, like fire. Let's take a look at fire stunts in some Universal films. One of the most exciting and dangerous aspects of filmmaking is undoubtedly a fire stunt. And we're gonna bring back out our top-notch stunt department to show you how they execute a live fire burn. Julia in the center is the performer we'll be setting on fire. We have our coordinator David and Jay acting as our safeties. If you look at Julia's face, you may be wondering, is she so nervous that she is sweating profusely? No, that is protective fire gel that she's got on all of her exposed skin areas. You may know what it's like when you miss a spot with sunscreen. Imagine if you missed a spot while on fire. Before we fuel, we check our extinguishers in case of an early ignition. Copy. Copy.
Excuse me, Susan. We're ready to fuel.
Copy.
Jay, you ready? Julia, you ready? Fueling.
At the completion of the shot, Julia will make her way to this fire blanket where she will be extinguished. At that point, we are looking for a thumbs up that she is okay. If Julia gives us a thumbs down, that is an alert to get our medical team involved. Now at this point, I need to stress, these are trained professionals, and they are using very special equipment. This is not the type of thing anyone should ever think about trying on their own. Julia is going to burn for 8 to 10 seconds. We're now on the last spot where the fuel will be applied. So leave it to our crew to set the lights in the house for the shot and our clock to 0 on the side screens. Everyone, please remain in your seats for the duration of the stunt. Whenever you're ready, David.
Thank you. Jay, you ready? Ready. Julia, you ready to burn? Stunts is ready.
Ready and action.
Lighting. You lit.
10 seconds.
You're out.
Stunt department. Well, if you're not sure if that was real fire, if you're seated a little farther away, you can ask the folks sitting right next to the stage here. We could feel that was real, right? All right.
All right, Susan, let's hurry up and do this fire burn. You know I get nauseous when I get nervous. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Ryan, we already did the burn.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Oh, we can do another one. Ready?
No, no.
Ryan.
Oh, okay. Just put me out. Put me out about Julia.
You're out.
Oh. Yeah!
He's okay!
What an adrenaline rush! Totally fine. My man was worried. No, I'll say another best one more time for the amazing stunt department.
Yes! The crew!